Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to take you through my vision, or what the leaks suggest, of the 2026 Volkswagen Super Beetle, touching on its exterior, performance, interior, and what we might see as its price. Bear in mind, much of this is speculative, but the hints out there make for a fun ride. From the outside, the Super Beetle aims to strike a balance between nostalgia and modern aggression. We'll likely see the classic rounded silhouette remain, but sharpened with athletic details, more pronounced wheel arches, sculpted lower valances, and a more aggressive front fascia. LED lighting is expected to be a big theme, circular LED headlamps that honor the past, flanked by slim daytime running strips that tuck into the fender line. The rear might get a continuous LED light bar spanning from side to side, giving it a futuristic signature at night. I imagine a diffuser treatment, perhaps with subtle fins and, depending on the trim, sporty exhaust outlets or even decorative elements hinting at performance. The proportions could be slightly wider and lower than older Beetles, giving it more visual presence. When it comes to performance, the biggest buzz is around electrification. Volkswagen has been pushing hard into electric architecture, and many expect the Super Beetle to sit on one of its modern EV platforms. Some rumors suggest a dual-motor setup with all-wheel drive producing perhaps 300 to 400 horsepower. Instant torque from electric motors would give it brisk acceleration, so 0-60 mph might drop well into the 4 to 5 second range in performance trims. Meanwhile, more modest single-motor versions could make do with 200-250 HP for urban use and efficiency. Range estimates are floating around 250 to 300 plus miles, depending on battery pack. Of course, Volkswagen might also offer milder hybrids or even internal combustion variants in certain markets, especially where EV infrastructure is not as strong. Expect adjustable driving modes, regenerative braking settings, and a suspension tuned to let the car feel playful but still comfortable enough for everyday driving. In the cabin, the challenge is marrying Beetle heritage with future tech. I imagine a sweeping, curved display that wraps from the digital instrument cluster into the central infotainment screen. Minimal physical buttons, clean surfaces, and a user interface that blends retro motifs like circular vents or soft rounded edges with modern flat surfaces. Ambient lighting lines might trace the dash and door panels, allowing customization of color zones. The seats would likely be sporty and supportive, but with premium materials, vegan leather or sustainable fabrics, contrast stitching, and perhaps subtle retro accents. Connectivity features should be robust: wireless Apple CarPlay/Android Auto, over-the-air updates, multiple USB-C ports, a high-end sound system, and driver assistance tech including lane keeping, adaptive cruise, and possibly semi-autonomous features. I can imagine a head-up display or augmented reality navigation overlays projected on the windshield for higher trims. So, what might we pay for this machine? Based on chatter among analysts and concept leaks, a base version of the Super Beetle could kick off in the ballpark of $25,000, 0 cents, to $30,000, 0 cents. USD. The mid and higher trims, especially electric all-wheel drive or performance variants, could push that to $35,000, 0 cents, $45,000, 0 cents, perhaps even more when options and tax incentives are factored in. In markets outside the US, local taxes, import duties, and EV incentives will swing final pricing, thus it might launch at a higher premium in some regions. Putting it all together, the 2026 Volkswagen Super Beetle looks set to be one of the most intriguing revivals in the automotive world. It might carry the soul and the shape of the Beetle lineage, but with serious ambition. Electric power, aggressive styling, modern tech, and a price range that tries to make it accessible. If VW pulls this off with balance, nostalgia without gimmick, performance without compromise, it could win over old fans and new ones alike. If you're hyped for this return as much as I am, let me know in the comments whether you'd opt for the electric or a hybrid version. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can dig deeper as official specs and images drop.